Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to install and configure the heat map tracker software. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your heat map tracker account and you're going to click on downloads, and from there you're going to download the latest version of heat map tracker. Okay, now once you've installed heat map tracker, there is going to be an area where you can check for updates. And once it's already installed, you don't need to install it again. It will install the updates for you automatically. Okay, so all you need to do is grab those files. And you'll also have your license keys down here as well. This is where you can manage your keys. If for whatever reason, well, you can see all the different domains that are installed using this key, okay? And you can manage them by deactivating a domain if you don't want to have it anymore. Maybe it was for a client or whatever, and you want to remove access because they're not paying you anymore. This is where you can manage those installations. Okay. So there's going to be two things that you're going to need. You're going to need FTP access, and you're going to need your cPanel access. Okay, if you don't know how to get those, just ask your host, and it should be fairly, I mean, this is a fairly common thing. We need a way just to upload the files to the server. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to upload well, first we're going to go into cPanel. Okay, this is what cPanel looks like. And we're going to install this. I'm going to install this on a subdomain, but you can install it on just a normal folder. So, your domain.com / whatever you want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to create a subdomain, and I'm going to just call this, I'm just going to call this tracking. Okay, so it's going to live at tracking.stayonsearch.com. So I'm going to create that subdomain. Okay. And now that the subdomain is created, I'm going to log into FTP. Okay. Now you can do that through a free program called FileZilla if you want to. I think it's FileZilla. Just do a Google search for FileZilla, and you'll be able to download this application. So you'll need the host, the username, and the password. So again, that's some of the login details you're going to need. So I'm going to put in my host. I'm going to put in my username, and then I'm going to put in my password. Okay, and so now I'm connected to the server. Okay, and you're going to go into the public HTML folder, and you're going to go into, now I'm going to go into tracking. Okay, because that's the subdomain that I just created, and as you can see, there's nothing in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the zip file that I got from inside the heat map tracker software, and you'll see here are all the different files. Okay, so what you do is you take that and you're going to just drag all the files into FileZilla. Okay, so now it is updating, and it's going to install all those files. And it shouldn't take more than a minute or two to upload all those files to your server. Okay. And so while that is uploading, we're going to go also back to cPanel, okay, and we're going to create a database. Okay, this is so all of the information that gets stored can be stored inside of the database. Okay, so you'll go down to databases and you'll click on MySQL databases. Okay, and what we're going to do is create a new database. So I'm just going to call this database tracking. So it'll be STAYONS _ tracking. Okay, so I'm going to, and you're going to want to take note of this stuff. So what I'm going to do, just to make it easier, is I'm just going to put this on a notepad so I have it. So I'm going to create the database, and so this is my database name. Okay, so that's what I named it, and I'm just going to put that right here on a notepad. Now I'm going to go back, and we need to give file permissions to that database. So under MySQL users, I'm just going to call this username. I'll just call it example. It doesn't really matter what we call it. And I'm going to give it a password. Okay, and I'm going to create the user. Okay, actually, let me. Okay, so I'm going to create that user. Whoops, passwords didn't match. Okay, so now my database username is this, and my password is this. Okay, So now I have my database name, my database username, and database password. Okay. Now there's one step I need to do. I need to go back and I need to give permissions to this user. So I'm going to select the user name and the database which I created. So I'm just going to give access or permissions to the user that I created and the database. So I'm going to click on add and I'm going to give all privileges to that database. Okay, so make changes. Okay, so now all of our files should be uploaded. Okay, they are. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to tracking.stayonsearch.com. Okay, so now that this is where I installed those files, and now we need to just populate all of this information, which it shouldn't be too hard. So the license key is going to be obviously inside of your members area, or you also got an email. So I'm going to take that license key and I'm going to put it here. And the database name, which was, this was the database name, and the database user, which is this, and the database password is this, and then you're going to create your own login credentials. So I'm just going to call it Mark Thompson, and I'm going to put my email address and my own login password. Okay. Database host, that should just be local host. Let me double check. Local host and install. Whoops. Okay, so now it's done, and I can log in. And so now you can see if you go to tracking.stayonsearch.com, it'll be the login information. And so now I'm just logging in with the username and password that I created for the user. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. Okay, I just wanted to show you how to install the files and configure the database. And now we're all ready to go. Now, depending on the package that you purchase, you may see different things here. This is the agency level package. So you're going to see like things like payments and package manager. But if you got a lower level, you won't see some of those details because those features aren't in those packages. Okay. But in the next few videos, I'm going to show you how to work inside of the application. So again, just to kind of summarize what you're going to need, you need FTP details, you need your cPanel details, so username, password. You upload the files to either a subdomain or some folder on your site, and then you're going to create a new database. Okay, once you've created the database, you create a database user and give them the privileges. Okay, and then once you've done that, then you go to that URL that you showed or that you install the files on. In this case, I did tracking.stayonsearch.com, and you put in those database and your own login credentials for logging in Heat Map Tracker. Okay, so you only have to do that once. As you can see, it just took about 5 minutes for me to do, and you'll be good to go. Also, the automatic updates are in the About This software, and you can see here, just check for updates, and if there was an update, it will automatically update it for you. So we make it really easy to make sure you have the latest version. Okay, so that is it for this video.